let's go ahead and move on to Obama's legacy and how President-elect Donald Trump and GOP House and Senate are going to obstruct all of that. Obama has no legacy, and this is proven right here. GOP representatives are overturning Obama's overtime pay when President-elect Donald J. Trump takes office. So basically, what he passed was if you work more than 40 hours a week and you make less than $47,476 when you work overtime, you'll make time and a half. So if you have a minimum wage of $8.50 or $8, half of $8 is $4, you'll make $12 for the overtime work that you make. So if you have a week of 40 hours and you work overtime, so for the 41st hour, you'll make $12. So what it does is it doesn't change what I thought it did is it changes how much you make. It doesn't. It changes on how much you make. So annually. So if you make $47,000, which was double from what it was before, thanks to President Obama, it was $23,000. Updating this to $47,000 will help roughly 4 million workers. Now, this is hysterical. This is just plain hypocrisy. Nothing short of plain hypocrisy. Because Republicans view working as in the capitalist market. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You have to get a job. You have to work. You have to make money. But at the same time, they'll say, okay, so if you have one job and you work 70-hour weeks, you're not going to get overtime pay. Well, whoa, I'm working. Why don't I get overtime pay if I'm working? This is just, they don't want you to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, because if they did, they'd be okay with this. They'd be okay with, okay, so the more you work, the more you should get paid, right? We will set a minimum work week, a minimum average of work hours you need to work at 40. Anything past that, you're working harder, you're pulling yourself up by your bootstraps more than somebody else who's working just 40 hours a week, so we'll give you more money for working so hard. But they're not for that. They're against that. They're good. Mitch McConnell, Paul Ryan, they're gonna whisper in Donald Trump's ear, and he's gonna veto that, along with almost every executive order he did. And there's a lot of executive orders he did on immigration and climate change that are just going to be wiped off the books now. And so this is just nothing but hypocrisy coming from the right, and it's hysterical because now you're gonna reduce it from $47,000 to about $23,000. So people in between that who were getting overtime pay because they were working overtime, well, now they need to make up the difference, and who's going to pay up that bill? Oh, I was making overtime pay and I was able to get food every week and pay my rent on time and not have to worry about it. But now, I make $25,000. I make $30,000 annually. Well, now I'm not getting overtime pay. Well, I need money because I need to pay my rent and get groceries for my food or for my family. So who's going to pay up that bill? The government. They're going to hand out food stamps. So there's other ways to cut down on welfare and government programs, and it doesn't. Raising the minimum wage is a big part of it, but also doing stuff like this, increasing overtime pay, paid vacations, all this stuff can help people out. Nobody can afford to take a vacation because they're not going to have enough money when they come back, because they're going to skip a work week. They're going to skip half of their salary every 2 weeks if they get paid every 2 weeks, So this is just major hypocrisy from the right, and this is what the new America looks like under President-elect Donald Trump. So I hope that, I saw a report as well that about 20 million Donald Trump voters will be affected by this. 20 million from exit poll data, 20 million Donald Trump voters made less than $50,000 a year. So Donald Trump voters themselves will be affected by this overturning of President Obama's executive order. So, they've been duped. Donald Trump supporters have been duped. So this is one of the biggest stories coming out this week, along with, more on Trump cabinet and the Dakota Access Pipeline and stuff. So we'll see what happens. Republicans will probably get their way, and this will be overturned, and it'll hurt 4 million workers. So this is not good. This is really not good.